What happened yesterday? Only Trump's second term. What to expect? Philippines faces Super Typhoon Usagi. IBM's quantum leap. Heron processor 2 doubles down on efficiency. This and more in your Nugget news for 14 November 2024. Alright, folks. Big news coming in from the legal world. A jury in the US just ruled that CACI, a defense contractor, needs to cough up $42 million for 3 Iraqi men tortured at the infamous Abu Ghraib prison. Now, what went down at this prison? Originally a place for Saddam Hussein's political prisoners, the US took over post-Iraq invasion. But a scandal erupted when horrific photos of prisoner abuses appeared, leading to multiple investigations. Fast forward to today, CACI is held accountable for its so-called interrogation services. Oh, and they tried to dodge this lawsuit over 20 times. Looks like crime doesn't pay, but restitution sure does. Donald Trump's back in the White House, and he's bringing a Republican Senate, likely a Republican House, and a conservative Supreme Court along for the ride. So, what's on the agenda for Trump's second term? Well, we've got reproductive rights on the table, discussions around tariffs reshaping the economy, and plans for mass deportations. Not to mention how his AI strategies might shock Silicon Valley. Plus, with Trump's history, healthcare and social programs might just feel the squeeze. Hold on tight, folks. It's going to be quite the political roller coaster. It's a sobering situation in Sudan, where armed conflicts between rival forces are wreaking havoc. The tussle involves the army led by Abdel Fattah al-Burhan and the RSF under Mohammed Dagalo since April 2023. A staggering 8,942 attacks later, the destruction zones include capitals like Khartoum, agricultural hubs like Gezira, and conflict-ridden zones like Darfur. Casualties continue to mount with at least 24,000 lost, though real numbers remain a grim mystery. Millions have been displaced, rendering Sudan's crisis among the most severe globally. These clashing titans might just have to agree to disagree soon, or else they'll food fight their way into history. In today's fast-paced and often disconnected society, many feel anxious about their future, especially regarding issues like reproductive justice and LGBTQ rights. Yet, locally focused participation beyond just voting can spark lasting change, reminiscent of the civil rights movement and labor movement. Joining clubs, groups, or mutual aid networks can mend fraying social fabrics. Robert Putnam's research highlights that vibrant civic engagement is key to thriving communities, while the US struggles with declining social participation, leading to loneliness impacts akin to smoking 15 cigarettes daily. So, as Goldstein notes, there's no Amazon one-click for community. It takes showing up, just like friendships require monthly book club meetings instead of borrowing Kindle accounts. In Tokyo, a 65-year-old American tourist, Steve Hayes, is in hot water with Japanese authorities after allegedly vandalizing the Meiji Jingu Shrine. Hayes stands accused of scratching a family member's name into a torii gate, famously marking the divide between the living and the sacred in Shinto tradition, apparently as a prank. This isn't the first shrine-related scandal this week, as there was an earlier incident at Tokyo's Yasukuni Shrine. With more tourists visiting Japan thanks to a weak yen, the uptick is great for the economy, but not so stellar when it comes to cultural decorum. Looks like this prank probably scratched more than just the surface. Get ready to roll your eyes and groan, because NordPass has delivered its annual list of the world's most, creative passwords. Holding on to first place with a death grip is the iconic 123,456, followed closely by, you guessed it, other number variations like 123,456,789, and good old password. It's amazing to think that when trying to secure their digital gates, many people's best defense is an open invitation. From heartfelt "I love you" to defiant "fuck you," The password choices reflect a wild kaleidoscope of human impulses and interests. Meanwhile, national variations show just as much flair, with gems like Liverpool and Lizotes leading the charge in the UK and Australia. But hey, unless you want a hacker to have a field day within milliseconds, now might be a great time to retire. 123,123, and give your online security a little more thought, maybe even a passkey. The Philippines is on high alert as Super Typhoon Usagi barrels towards the already storm-hardened regions of Luzon. Usagi is packing fierce winds, clocking in at 185 km/h and threatening to make landfall in northern Luzon. Residents have been urged to leave their homes as gusts could reach a whopping 230 km/h, and this vulnerable zone has already faced destructive storms killing 159, prompting a $32.90 aid request from the UN. The coastlines are bracing for life-threatening waves, while Cagayan province is knee-deep in evacuation efforts, with thousands already in shelters and more to follow. Amidst the chaos, Super Usagi could just be warming up, as Tropical Storm Manny is forecasted to make an entrance soon. Just remember, when it rains typhoons, it pours. IBM is taking a big leap forward in quantum computing, all thanks to their freshly updated Heron processor. Though quantum computing still battles with error rates, IBM is optimistically crafting its roadmap towards an operational future. The tech giant's latest efforts culminate in their revamped Heron processor, now sporting 133 qubits, capable of performing complex calculations that even your top-tier classical computer would envy. By tackling defects responsible for pesky coherence losses, IBM is paving the way for a lot less oops in quantum loops. While your classical computer might feel dejected, let's face it, things are about to get qubit interesting. That is all. Remember to like and subscribe and all that stuff.